Good evening, Hoquenna fans across the Empire and around the land. Durko shoots, he scores! Saved by Bagheera Lyle. The Crowns are your Poltava Cup champions. Welcome to SARHOLM Gardens, your home for the SARHOLM CROWNS.
Just like our kings before them, coming from North Sarovia are your PREUZE Lions. And now, ready to defend their home against any challenger, give it up for your SARHOLM CROWNS. Please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
Solgaros terrirno pornos, disco mariros divene juner pro, pecuare via mar passusumos, oh mar proteges, eso te rochoasi, chude di paiso sabra le seposo, dismera feor merro de los comarir, disviso lega por fami fornir. Infanti, la bene, i tuoi rossi verdi sperros, gidiri proteggersi i torozzini, i brandir di sabre la tara di sterra, questo disma son provare da unir, rossermi genai mir, i disma son provare da unir, rossermi genai mir.
Welcome back to SARHOLM Gardens. I'm filling in for Sebastian DeBello, and we will be watching an amazing game of Hoquenna between the SARHOLM CROWNS and the PREUZE Lions here at the SARHOLM Gardens, sponsored by SEHC, your source of Sarovian entertainment. Swords in at center ice, but I suspect there's going to be a very quick penalty call on Josip Braganza, who is not wearing the proper jersey and uniform of the PREUZE Lions, and there's the penalty. The SARHOLM Crowns will be getting a 2-minute power play right off the bat. This is the first time these two teams have faced each other in the second season, and it is a doozy. The SARHOLM Crowns and the PREUZE Lions have a long history and rivalry that dates back to the very first game of Hoquenna ever played. Nonetheless, with 0 shots on goal and not a second pass in the first half, SARHOLM will be having a man advantage here tonight. On the ice for SARHOLM, in the net of course, is number 3, Badera Lion. On the blue line is Alana Kane and Maros Lion, and in the center, number 30, Jerome Kane. For PREUZE, Monty will be serving the penalty for the PREUZE Lions in the stead of Josip Braganza, who is in between the pipes. Kriba is on the blue, and number 4, Yamos Atlas, the unofficial captain of the PREUZE Lion, are ready to fight back and finally claw away at the PREUZE loss streak. Number 14, Monty, goes into the penalty box for 2 minutes. The draw will be taken in the defensive zone for the PREUZE Lions. Swords in. Puck is dropped, won by SARHOLM, right in front, kept out by Kriba, across the blue and in red. Now at the Crowns blue. A shot saved by Badera Lion, knocks it into neutral ice. Set back to the blue of the PREUZE Lions. Alana gets it in front. Jerome tries to take a shot. Saved by Josip Braganza. No goal counted there. They're continuing the play. Jerome right in front takes a shot. Saved by Josip off the post on the rebound. Fails and gets it back into neutral ice. Jerome brings it back into the bottom. Shot goes wide. Bottom corner of the PREUZE zone. Jerome trying to get it to someone in front. Battling down right in front. Jerome shoots, blocked by Kriba, and gets it across the blue back into neutral. Maros tries to send it back in, blocked by Alana. At the blue, sent up by Yamos. Yamos sending it top grounds corner behind the net, led by Jerome. Maros and Jerome get it, trying to get it out of their zone. Badera gets it across the blue. Alana, and there's going to be a penalty called for goaltender interference there. An additional 2 minutes, and SARHOLM is going to be on a 3v1. Number 17, Kriba, will be taken into the penalty box for goaltender interference. And just like that, the power play is at 3 minutes, or just under 3 minutes. Swords in, top right corner. Yamos alone for the Lions. Ball dropped to Maros, to Jerome. Jerome shoots, score! Jerome Payne opens it up for the SARHOLM Crowns. Just over 1 minute into the game. What a beautiful goal there. Jerome takes a shot off the draw. Maros controls it on the rebound, passes it up to Jerome, and puts it right past Braganza. Swords in at center. Jerome sends it to the blue. PREUZE still down by a man. Right in front, saved by Yamos, who rushes into the crease. Across the blue into neutral. Sent back in. Sent back out by Monty, who is now back on the ice. Dumped into the PREUZE top corner. Getting past Alana. Sent back in off the post, and a save by Josip twice on the rebound and gets it across the blue. Jerome puts it back in, tries to take a shot, blocked by Monty, number 14. Jerome on the blue, off the post. Sent to the bottom PREUZE corner. Battling with the Yamos. He almost tries to get it out. Succeeds past the blue. Maros dumps it back in. Barely onside. Right in front, Euro takes a shot. Score! Back to back goal for Jerome Kane. And the score is 2-0. SARHOLM Crowns. Seven shots on goal to 1. Just 2 minutes have expired from the first half. PREUZE wins a face-off, gets it to the SARHOLM blue, sent back into neutral and into the PREUZE zone. Monty gets it to the red. Morrow sends it back in across the blue, sent back into neutral. Now in the Crowns blue. Baidera gets it into the neutral. Yaron, right in front, but stopped by the post there. The breakaway chance spoiled, and Monty gets it out across to the red. Now back in. Trying to get it out across the blue, right in front, and a big save by Josef Braganza. Braganza gets it to the blue. Morrow sends it back in, top corner. Now at blue. They're still fighting. Trying to get it out. Past the neutral. Alana gets it past the red. Now in the Crown zone. Trying to get out, and there's going to be a penalty called on Yamos, number 4, for goaltender interference. The third penalty in a row for the PREUZE Lions. And SARHOLM once again has another opportunity to extend the lead. On the bench for the Crowns is a new rookie who has been just recently drafted named Spix Noiran. He shows a lot of promise according to Hoquenna scouts. Swords in, top corner. PREUZE zone. Won by SARHOLM, right in front, saved by Josef Braganza. Sent into neutral and back into the Crown zone. Jerome trying to get it out. Right in front, Baidera makes a save and now in the red line. Barros has it. Alana sends it to the blue. Right in front, saved by Josef Braganza. Set wide. Alana battling, shoots, score! Alana Payne makes it 3-0 SARHOLM. You know, in times like those, when that ball is just barely on the threshold of what might not count as a goal, or what might, but there's no way for the goaltender to clear it, that's just heartbreaking, really. Play resumes. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. Barros gets it, tries to get it out across the blue. Right in front, Baidera makes a great save right there as Yamos tries to pot it in. Empty net Merchant. Set back in. Baidera makes another save. A big hit on Yamos. Another big save and off the post. Alana gets it to the bottom Crown's corner. Really close. Too close for comfort, might I add. And Jerome brings it behind the net. Top Crown's corner. Sends it towards the blue. Kept in by Kriba. Maro's trying to get it out. Off the ball. And Yaron gets it to the red, if but briefly, sent out of the zone and relieves pressure. Still battling on the blue. Sent to the red. Yaron misses the opportunity to take it all alone. Sent back in right in front. Baidera tries to make a save off the post. Right in front. Sent again at the red. PREUZE is struggling. Baidera makes a great save as Kriba tries to seal it in and put it in through the opportunity. Big save again on Baidera. Jerome sends it wide. Saved by Kriba. Battling again for possession. Right in front, Josef Braganza sends it out. Kept in. Sent back out. Right in front, Baidera gets it out of her zone. Sent back in. Makes another save. Sent towards the blue and dumped into the PREUZE zone by Jerome. Jerome takes a shot blocked by Kriba. Battling at the blue once again. Brought out. Emily is not on the ice currently, but there are people cheering her name in the stands. Sent towards the blues, blocked by Kriba. Big breakaway is stopped by Maros, who's playing very good and physical. Jerome tries to get it in, fails. Alana does get it into the zone briefly, but Maros stops it from getting any further into the crown zone. Sent toward the red, blocked by Maros, who's playing good defensive work here tonight. Albaros must be very, very proud. Sent in by Alana. Top PREUZE corner. She's landing some big hits right in front. Maros takes a shot, blocked by Yamos. Jerome trying to get it across the blue, no success. Now in the crown zone, and another penalty on Yamos, number 4 for the PREUZE Lions for goaltender interference. And that is the 4th penalty for the PREUZE Lions tonight. Baidera is a very aggressive goalie, and when it works out, it works out. She puts herself out there, taunting people, baiting people to hit her. And sometimes it works, and sometimes the ball goes right past her. But today it seems to be working with SARHOLM up 3-0 and an extra 2 minutes of a man advantage. SARHOLM's trying to figure out who's going to be playing. The draw will be taken in the offensive zone. Albaros has subbed in Robert Lyon. Swords in. Won by the Crowns. Right in front. Got across the blue by Monty. Sent back in. Bottom corner by Maros. Now behind the net. Battling against Kriva for possession. Right on the front. Kept in by Jerome. Got out briefly. Now all alone, Baidera makes a save, and the goal is right about to go in, and she makes a fantastic save. It does not touch the red. That must be the play of the game. She masterfully makes sure that ball didn't go in. Now in the PREUZE zone, Jerome shoots wide, top PREUZE corner. And there's going to be a penalty called on Monty. Unauthorized equipment. You have to be really careful as to what you have on the ice there. Mounts, extra weapons. Most of the good Hoquenna coaches agree you should only have something to celebrate with in your ice booth. It's all you need. That's going to make the SARHOLM power play an extra 2 minutes long at 3 minutes and 23 seconds, and is the 5th PREUZE penalty here tonight. Swords in, the draws being in the bottom PREUZE corner. Now, some analysts have watched Robert Lyon and Jerome Kane, and they don't think they play well together. They're competitive. They're not playing in a teamwork type of fashion. But Albaros Vasa has played them regardless. Nonetheless, it's 1 man versus 3 here. Top corner. Behind the net. Jerome battling with Kriba, number 17. He is their only hope to stay alive. Jerome gets to Maros. Maros accidentally lets it slip. Sent right past. Sent into the bottom Crowns corner. Maros trying to get it out. Big save by Baidera Lyon. Maros trying to battle with Kriba, and the ball is out of play in the Crowns bench. Number 1 for the Crowns, Spix Noirem, was one of the Crowns' most recent draft picks, but also one of their lowest. It wasn't expected they would amount to much, and Baidera gets it across the red line, and Jerome all alone on the breakaway, stopped by Kriba. Beautiful defensive work, and Baidera gets it out of her zone. Now, bottom PREUZE corner. Just over a minute left in the first half. Shot by Maros, saved. Dumps it right back in. Jerome takes a big hit by Josef as he makes a great save there. And Robert defending the blue line, trying to get Baidera out. Robert to Jerome. Jerome up the top. Sent back in by Kriba. Maros. Jerome. Right in front, Baidera. Baidera to Robert. Back to Maros. Behind the Crown zone. Bottom Crowns corner. Gets it out off Baidera, and ball is out of play with 30 seconds left in the first half. Draws being in the defensive zone. Some roughing between Kriba and Jerome as Yamos, number 4, takes to the ice again as his penalty has expired. Swords in. Won by the Crowns, set behind the net. Maros has possession. Trying to get it out, sent back. Maros with the blue, kept in by Kriba, saved by Beidera Lion, and a big, huge save once again by Beidera as Yamos on the rebound tries to pot it, and Beidera gets it across the blue, Robert across the red, and there's going to be a penalty there called against. Well, I'm not entirely certain. Oh, why are there 3 members of the Lions on the ice? There's still 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the power play. A 5-minute major for Monty for leaving the box without permission. And with 5 seconds left in the first half, I suspect this will be added to the second half's timer. With 14 shots on goal for SARHOLM and 7 for PREUZE, the score is 3-0 SARHOLM Crowns. Thank you for watching, and I will join you in the second half.
Welcome back to Swords In. As always, I'm Rory, and right next to me is Donnelly Cereza. It's been a busy week in the AHI, 2 games this week to break down. Donnelly is here. Let's start with Friday's Virgos versus Kyiv.
Oh, baby, was that a game? Rory, I gotta say, I know Kyiv lost 3-1, but if you ask me, that was their best game of the season. Hands down, they came out flying. First half, I thought I was watching a whole different team. They were rushing, they were physical, they knocked anyone out of their way, and they were playing Hoquenna the way it was meant to be played.
And for the first time in franchise history, they had a 1-0 lead at the end of the first half. It would have been 3-0 if those 2 goals had been allowed.
Oh, don't get me started. 2 disallowed goals. Those goals would have tied the game, maybe even won if it demoralized the Vortex enough. They were disallowed by millimeters. It's sloppy play, and it's bad timing. But if they fix the timing, you know, Rory, if they fix the timing, this is a whole other game. Those disallowed goals were heartbreakers.
That they were. So the scoreboard says 3-1 for Virgos, but Kyiv looked alive. What's changed?
Well, I'd like to think they listened to me, Rory.
Really?
I made it, Rory. They got some mojo back. 3-1 against the number 1 team in the league is no joke. It's good. It's great, Rory. Katrina Line, oh my God, beautiful. I could kiss her. She was solid, and she stood on her head, making sure she dragged her team forward. Her defense still wasn't great, but Kyiv's offense did a fantastic job pushing Virgos back and scoring some goals, whether they counted or not. Last game, they let in 8 goals to the second best team in the league. This week, 3 goals against the best. They're improving, Rory, and it's plain as day.
So, your takeaway?
Tighten the timing, work the offside line in practice, get that spatial awareness drilled into your skulls. You're close, real close. The locker room looks motivated again. The system's starting to click. If they keep this up, I'm telling you, someone's getting upset by Kyiv this month. Mark my words.
It wouldn't be the first time Kyiv's done a major upset. Let's move on to tonight's game, SARHOLM versus PREUZE. Final score 4-0 for SARHOLM. What a performance, Don.
Let me say it loud and clear, folks. Beidera was amazing. I know I was harping on her all episode last game, and she deserved it. But tonight she really showed. Nothing was more pretty than Beidera lying on this game. And boy, was she good. I mean, boy, was she great. She walks into the game with that SARHOLM swagger. Let me add, Rory, she's a good SARHOLM gal. They make them tough on SARHOLM, you know. Good born and raised SARHOLM girl. And, of course, she's good at Sarovian sports. What do you expect? Anyway, she walks into this game, got that swagger. She's locked in. Second career shutout. Saved over 20 shots.
She really locked in. She was reading plays left, right, and center. She was controlling the rebounds. She fought for every centimeter of that crease, and she commanded the blue line very well, keeping as many plays as possible out of her zone.
She was amazing. She was as stone cold as a Sarovian knight, and it makes sense because she is one. You could feel her confidence, and the team did too. The defenders started taking risks, knowing she can handle her own. And PREUZE, they're not a bad team. They came to play. They have well, let me tell you, Rory, old boy, they have a lot of administration problems. No coach, no captain, disputed ownership. They can't make calls or anything. But PREUZE is a good team, and they came to play. but Badira was in the zone. She made so many impossible saves, the entire crowd's going crazy.
Offensively, SARHOLM looks strong too. Lots of depth.
You know, Rory, critics and analysts have been complaining that Robert Leon and Iram Kiane have been arguing for weeks and there's bad beef, and we see Coach Alvaro's Vasa splitting them up on the lines, and a lot of people took those rumors to be true, but they played together well tonight. They were great, and SARHOLM's depth is fantastic. It doesn't matter who's on the ice. The new rookie Spix, Elena, Hebley, Roberti, Iram, Valera, Oscaros, anyone. They all find a way to contribute. It's honestly beautiful. I can't even fathom how Virgos beat them.
So what's your takeaway from both games, Don?
Listen, Virgos is consistent and clinical. They find a way to win, but they're not undefeatable. They looked weak, divided and weak, Rory. Kiev shook them. They shattered their confidence. It might be the end of the Virgo streak, and Kiev is coming alive. They're not there yet, but they're finding that heartbeat to be proud of,
Does Kiev have a shot in the playoffs?
I think so. Listen, Rory, here's my prediction. SARHOLM and PREUZE in the quarterfinals. SARHOLM wins in 3 games. Virgos and Kiev in the quarterfinals. Virgos wins in 5 games. I think even though Kiev is playing worse overall, they're going to be a bigger threat to whoever they face in the playoffs than PREUZE will be. PREUZE has some good players lined up without a contract, but how are you going to erase a month of bad administration, Rory? I just don't see it happening.
Who on PREUZE are you looking forward to see play most?
Yamos for sure, Rory. That kid, he moves like a fresh highlighter on cardstock. He's beautiful. He needs to clean up the penalties, Rory. The whole team is undisciplined and is acting like a bunch of buffoons. But Yamos has potential. Speaking of buffoons, have you seen the news?
Here we go.
Let's give a round of applause for the troops, okay? What a big victory against Jacob. Keep it up, boys and girls. You make Sarovia proud.
Okay, I'll cut you off. Thanks for joining us tonight. Remember, swords in.
Welcome back to the second half. The score remains 3 for SARHOLM, 0 for PREUZE. With 6 minutes and 35 seconds left in the SARHOLM power play. This is probably the biggest, longest penalty in AHI history. And the ball is out of play on the CROWNS bench. The Lions have an opportunity here to perform one of the best feats in Hoquenna history. How long can they kill this penalty? If they can kill all 6 minutes of it, or even score a shorthanded goal or two, this might be one of the best and most successful penalty kills in AHI history. Jerome on the ice, along with Alana and the new rookie Spix. Spix gets it across the blue. Sent Kriba has an opportunity, failed. Big save by Badera, who tries to get it across the blue, no success. Now gets it to the red, and Yamos takes it into the PREUZE zone. Spix takes a shot, blocked by Yamos. Alana, big save by Yosef there. Top PREUZE corner, and there's going to be a penalty called against the SARHOLM CROWNS for attacking the PREUZE goaltender. I don't know who that was, but I wouldn't let that slide if I were you, PREUZE. The number one rule of Hoquenna is you defend the goaltender at any cost. If anyone is hitting the goaltender, you just need to step up. You need to start hitting. You need to start being physical and telling them enough is enough. But PREUZE doesn't have the chemistry with their goaltender to defend them, and that might be in part why they're down by 3. PREUZE wins the faceoff. Jerome takes it behind the CROWNS net. Sends it up. Kriva waiting for him. He sneaks it past there and gets it across the blue. Yamos tries to bring it back in. No success. Jerome brings it to the blue. Stopped by Josef Dragonzik. Jerome shoots and off the post. Spix brings it down to Jerome at the red. Sends it back up and across the blue. Saved by Badera Lyon. And another great save at the blue line, far out of the net. Spix tries to get it out. Sent across the red. Jerome to the blue. Stopped by Kriba. Being physical there. Sends it back to the bottom. Dumps it to the board to the blue. Yet again, sent back in. A deflection by the referee. Sent bottom corner. Kriba shoots off the post and goes wide. Battling with Spix. Big hits all around and 3 saves by Baidera Lion. Across the blue. PREUZE, bottom corner of the crown zone to Yamos. Right past him and stopped by Jerome. Spix tries to get it out from behind the net. Big hit by Jerome. Sends it across the net. No success. Now behind the net once again. Sends it up. Number 1 battling against Kriba. Sends it back down. Trying to get it out. Sends it back up. Once again, ping pong behind the crown's net. Sends it back down again. Towards Jerome. Right in front and a huge save by Baidera Lion. Right across the crease. Sent out across the red. Spix shoots it right in front. Save by Josef Braganza. Jerome tried to dump it back in. Stopped by Kriba and Yamos. Now sent towards the SARHOLM blue. Stopped and a huge, amazing save by Spix. Rookie game. Blocks an immediate goal that would not have been stopped by Baidera Lion. Another big save by Baidera against Yamos, who was all alone in the breakaway. Now crown zone gets it out into the red. Big hit against Yamos. And the PREUZE power play that evens it up 2-man to 2-man is done. And Alana is out of the box, though it seems not to be moving. Yamos brings it back in, and Alana is back on the play, but she walks right out of the game. And still, it's 2-0 as both teams battle in the PREUZE zone. Bottom PREUZE corner, Jerome and Yamos battling for possession. Number 30 versus number 4. SARHOLM still 2-on-2, though they can send in a player at any point. Yamos on the breakaway, stopped by Baidera. And Emily enters the ice to substitute for Alana there. Emily, big hit on Kriba, battling against it. Baidera gets it out of her zone, and another penalty is going to be called, this time on number 17, Rib Kriba. And this, I've lost count of how many PREUZE penalties this has been, but there's no chance the PREUZE Lions can even remotely kill this penalty if they keep adding to it again and again and again. They played nearly 5 minutes of play, but their penalty has only gone down by 2. This is what happens when a team does not have a coach or a captain to rein in discipline of the troops. Alana back on the ice will be taken back off. Swords in. Top PREUZE zone. Just under 5 minutes left on the SARHOLM power play. 18 shots to 16. PREUZE is closing the shot gap. Big stop right off the draw and saved by Josef Braganza. Once again, big save, knocking Jerome off his balance. Bottom PREUZE corner. Yamos tries to get it out. Succeeds in getting it past the blue. To the red. Sent back into the crown's blue, but kept sent back in by Spix. Right in front of the net and saved by Josef as Emily tries to pot it in. Spix stops Yamos from going any further. Still a 3-on-1. To Jerome. Jerome does not have the footing for the goal. Tries to send it back across the blue. To Jerome. Jerome takes a shot. Saved by Josef Braganza, which is not going to count because he was offside. Yes, he was offside there. Sent back into the crown zone. Now behind the crown's net. It seems both teams, SARHOLM and Key from the last game, need to focus on their offsides. He was already across the blue and was not the first person to touch it. Jerome tries to bring it back in. Stopped by Yamos. Under 4 minutes left on the SARHOLM power play. Big hit by Baidera. Sent it towards the blue. Gets it across towards the red. Emily sends it into the PREUZE zone. Can't log in time to get it out. Right in front, and Baidera gets it across the blue. Big, huge save, and Jerome right in front takes a shot. Saved by Josef, and Spix does not get the footing to pound it in. Jerome takes a shot again, sends wide, bottom corner to Spix. Spix keeps it into the blue. Emily passes it towards the bottom PREUZE corner. Sends it behind the net. Still behind the corner. Yamos gets towards the blue. Emily does not keep it in. Yamos tries to get a shot. Saved by Baidera. Sends it towards the bottom Crowns corner and gets it across the blue by Spix. Jerome once again tries. No success. Emily bounces it off the wall. Spix to Jerome. Jerome right in front and saved by Josef Braganza. Emily tries to get it towards the red. Spix knocks it down. Takes a shot. Score! His first rookie goal in the AHI, Spix Noirem. His first career goal in Hoquenna history and his first goal. You know, situations like that are difficult for referees because you can clearly see the ball about halfway in the red zone, but behind Josef Braganza there. It clearly counts, but to the average viewer, they can't tell if it's in or not. Nonetheless, 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the second half. The shots have evened out to 20-18. 4-0 SARHOLM. 46 seconds left in the SARHOLM power play. Jerome dumps it into the PREUZE zone, top corner. Emily sends it in. Battling there. Monty's on the ice now. To Jerome. Jerome shoots wide and just gets it right past the goaltender instead of in the net. Emily battling with Monty. Monty lays a big hit behind the net. Jerome battling with Monty there. Trying to get out of the zone. Spix takes a shot off the post. Right in front. Shot again. Saved by Josef Braganza. And there's no goal there. Battling again. Top PREUZE corner. Josef Braganza's confidence has been shaken. Behind the net remains Yamos trying to gain possession. Spix battling to try to get it out. Right in front. Jerome shoots wide. Didn't have a good handling on it there. Battling with Yamos. The two have seemed a physical rivalry right in front of the net and stopped and gotten out by Monty. And the power play is over 3-on-3. And there's a huge play right in front of the net. At the Crowns blue. Big stop by Jerome and Baidera. And another on the rebound. Right in front. Baidera gets it out as the empty net was right there for PREUZE. She is playing spectacularly today. Battle at the Crowns blue. Sent across to the red and now in neutral. Monty and Emily fighting for possession. Right in front, Baidera gets it across the blue and right away from Yamos, who would have potted that in. Still battling. Emily gets it across the red. Sneaks it right past Monty. Right in front, Josef gets it out. Shot and saved by Josef. Emily tries to get it in. Right in front again, Josef gets it towards the blue. Kept out. 30 seconds left to go. Still battling in the bottom PREUZE corner. Right in front of the net. Big save by Josef Braganza there. 23-22 shots and 20 seconds left on the second half. Jerome's launching some big blocks right there, helping Baidera out. Tries to get it across the blue, sneaks it right past. Emily gets across the red. They just need to hold on for 10 more seconds. Battling PREUZE bottom corner. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the ball is out of play as the game ends. Final score, SARHOLM 4, PREUZE 0. The second career shutout of Baidera Lyon. Thank you for joining me, and remember, go Crowns!